Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to The Good Report. Coming online on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and also lovecityarts.org. Thanks everybody for watching as you come in. This is The Good Report. It's just a simple space, a space where we talk about the things that are important to us. Oh, okay. Well, maybe we have sound tonight. Maybe we don't have sound. Give me a give me a thumbs up and let me know if you can hear me loud and clear out there in Facebook land, YouTube land, Twitter, Twitch, and also lovecityarts.org. And I'll go check as well. Today is April 7th. It is our 25th day of being together. So glad to see you. Let me know where you're watching from, where you're tuning in from. All right. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to do my same flow that I do every night on this. Let me share this out on a couple of pages so we can amplify the love. For those of you who've been here for the last 25 days as we hold space for all that is good in the world, I've called myself Little Miss Muffet, sitting on my tuffet of gratitude, just wanting to hold one singular moment of space every day for what's good. And so I do this in community because I like community. I'm gonna shuffle this card. Well, or maybe I'll just pick out like the card that like comes off the deck right here, so I don't have to fight. Oh wow. Today's card I picked was a heavy one. The card is for forgiveness. Wow. I probably need this card because today was the day where I officially gave notice that I won't be returning back to my job after all of this is said and done. And so today's card is forgiveness. It says, let go of resentments, judgments, and fears, and reduce your investment in staying hurt or angry. To forgive is to live in a world that is at peace with human nature. That's the card I pulled. Today's card on the Good Report is forgiveness. I will never get this right. Anyway, the explanation of the card, or the inspirational message from the card for today, says to let go of resentments, judgments, and fears, and reduce your investment in staying hurt or angry. To forgive is to live in a world that is at peace with human nature. Okay, so that's our angel card. This is going to be a quick one. I can already feel it. Let me know where you're watching from and who you are. Also, let me know what your good report is. We hold space for gratitude every day at 8:30. I actually cleaned the kitchen floor today for the first time in a very, very long time. I'm ashamed to say, but not ashamed to say, because who's going to judge me? And the floor looks so wonderful. And I felt lifted. After I did it, I felt so accomplished because it's been so long. And so I just said, wow, that feels good. So that's part of my good report. And another part of my good report is that I officially gave notice to my job that I'll just go ahead and take the layoff and just move along. I had the opportunity to furlough with a potential start date of October 12th, 2020. But I said, this place is it's not for me. I've known that it's not for me for a long, long time. So why not just take myself out of suffering and just say bye? And so today was that day. My last day, I think it's like Thursday, which is weird. But I get paid out on Friday, so I'm happy about that. And so yeah, that's a good report. And I made the most. Okay, so first thing is my clean floors. Second thing is letting go of a toxic work situation. That's so good. And then finding, what was the card of the day? The card of the day was forgiveness. So finding forgiveness about that. And then the third thing is that I discovered a new way to make lentils, which sounds really pedestrian and basic as fuck. But the lentils that I made today, you just put them in water and then you just throw cloves of garlic unchopped in there and you just let everything bake together everything boil together. And then after it boils, you just strain off some of the water and you salt and you pepper and it's just wonderful. And then you've got like all of that like super garlicky flavor in the lentils. Anyway, that's part of my good report. Yeah. So thanks for watching tonight. Let me know where you're watching from. Please let me know in the comments what your good report of the day is. Mine was lentils, job, and a clean floor. And I'm grateful to have a home, to have a floor to clean. Some people don't have a home with the floor to clean. And so that's part of my good report today. Understand that we gather every night just to like hold on to those small things like the Mr. Clean on my floor today. And the way it now shines, I guess the whole room was essentially dull because the floor wasn't clean. And then now that the floor is clean, the whole room is shiny. Imagine that. I always knew that was possible, but I never did it until today. What's your good report? So holding space like we do every night for what is good, we send out light and comfort and healing vibes to those emergency first responders. And while I'm on that point, I hope that in addition to blasting our emergency responders and our essential workers with light and love and claps, I hope that we also do our best, since we're just sitting in the house anyway, to reach out to the Chuck Schumers of the world and other public service workers, particularly the politicians that want our votes. And we tell them that in addition to clapping for first responders, clapping is important, support is important. I love just as much support as the next person. But in addition to clapping, why don't we also write our legislators so that they know that we want hazard pay for the nurses? We want them to actually be compensated for their sacrifices. Same thing for the MTA. MTA workers and nurses and doctors are dying as well. But they're putting themselves on the front line to make sure, MTA workers, to make sure that we can get to where we want to be and where we need to be. And then the nurses and doctors and healthcare workers are just going in shift after shift. And so I can sit here every night and say light and love to them. But I also want something today just kind of clicked. I was like, we need to be doing more than clapping and yelling out of windows. We need to be actually signing petitions. And for those of you who are not, no, I understand there are people who are doing both. People are clapping it up and signing politicians. And to them I say yes, this is how we actually become and create the change that we want to see in the world. But for other people who are just kind of clapping it up and yelling out the windows and not actually taking that to the change makers and holding the change makers accountable, I'm personally like, I'm not clapping for anybody. I'm going to write this letter so they can get their hazard pay. Like, I'm like, I guess I can clap. Clapping's cool too, but like, I really want them to be compensated. Same thing goes for Amazon workers and for factory workers and delivery people. I mean, we really should be, our whole society and the movement of our society is on their shoulders. The companies, we should be leaning into Amazon and Instacart and these companies to pay their people more. They are literally the backbone of our society right now, and we can honor them with claps and then some. That's all I'm saying. But continuing in the vein of what we do every night here, until we can get legislation and payment for them to match the level of love and sacrifice that they're giving to all of us, in the meantime, while that works out and while I write my letters and petition the lawmakers, I'm also going to just send them light right now. May they feel the cool wind of the Holy Spirit blow over their lives. Same goes for parents and teachers. I was reading online today on Twitter about teachers are kind of at their wits' end about all of this. They're like, we never knew that we would have to like give kids like pass or fail grades or mark them as incomplete because their mom needs the cell phone instead. You know, there's one cell phone in the entire house, and that's got access to mom's ability to like stay connected to her job and work or unemployment and look for jobs to feed the kids. But the kids need that one cell phone that's in the house as well to do their homework or to connect with their teachers who haven't seen them since this thing started. Break our hearts, oh God. Break our hearts. I never knew what that meant when I was singing that in college. And I mean, and for those of you who think I'm just a woo-woo, you know, whatever right now, that's cool. But like for real, like break our hearts. Oh God, break our hearts, because our callousness and our failure to see the needs of others is what brought us here and will keep us here. I keep telling my former, well, they're going to be former colleagues in a couple days, but the ones that I still talk to, which I'm grateful for, the real relationships that I found there, I'm like, we are seeing unemployment. I'm in that number. We are seeing unemployment at levels that we've never seen it before. Suffering and the potential for suffering that we've never seen before. And it's all because we didn't build in systems or uphold systems that could support everybody and make sure everyone's okay. Yes, I'm talking about universal health care. Yes, I'm talking about universal basic income, which if you follow the news and you read news that's outside of these four walls of our country, you'll see that Spain is actually putting forth legislation right now to guarantee universal basic income for their citizens so that nobody gets caught out in the rain when things like this happen. I mean, let's face it, like, did you know that the Arctic has syphilis? Like, because of the thawing of the ice caps, we're now seeing that like there's strains of syphilis in the Arctic that are being released right now into the water supply because of global warming, because of what we did to Mother Earth. And so these are all things we're going to have to reckon with, and we got to decide how we're going to take care of each other or nah along this path. And so I hope that we do the right thing by each other. And I'm not saying that because I am within the 10 million, this bowl of 10 million souls who are unemployed. I'm not just saying that for that reason. I'm saying that because there's always going to be something that's going to be knocking on our window saying, hey, there are, Mother Nature brought this first challenge globally to us at a pandemic level, and then we decided that we were going to now try to outbid each other for personal protective equipment, and we're going to, shift ventilators over here and put them over there, and beg, borrow, and it's a mess. It's a mess, which then leads me to what I really should be doing in this moment. I should be offering up light and clarity to our governor and to our mayor and to our council members. May they be divinely led so that we can smoothly walk through this one. I think that the number of deaths came down last night. So we finally, it's still up towards the 500 people range, but we've just now stopped losing as many people as the night before here in New York. I think, the number was like 492. If I'm wrong, just forgive me. I'm not trying to spread misinformation. It was 500 people every day for a moment there, and they call that a plateau. To the families of those 500 people who lost their lives to coronavirus, may they be comforted. And I don't say that lightly. May they be comforted. I don't know what that feels like yet. I don't know what that feels like to get a phone call that a family member of yours has expired, using the technical language, transitioned due to coronavirus, and then you'll never see that person again. This happened to one of my frat brother's godfather. Succumbed to coronavirus, and you're just not able to be with your people in that time. People are dying alone. God, on their ICU bed. God, may they be comforted. May they be comforted. These are all the things that they sing about in churches, and that we used to sing about in church when I was going to church. And, the Comforter has come. Okay. I hope that they feel that right now. I hope that is, yeah. So anyway, what are you hoping for? What relief are you looking for in the next 24 hours? And I know that's huge because, hey, Kaylin. Yeah, may they be comforted. I know that's a huge ask. Kaylin came up in here and brought the hip hop with him. May they be comforted. This is just unprecedented. We've never seen anything like this before, but I hope that whatever you hold to be true, whatever your spiritual practice is, or whatever your love practice is, I hope that you're engaging that with more fortitude than you ever have. And that if the ask is that you be more gentle with yourself today, then give yourself that. Just handle yourself a little more gently. Recognize that we're all doing the best we can with this situation, and if all things truly work together for the good, then something good is going to come out of this. And I can't tell you what that is. I can't even pretend to be that guy. But if all things truly work together for the good, then I'm going to trust that. And I'm going to trust that I'm just going to keep logging on here every night, which is not a really requirement. It's a joy. But more importantly, I'm really just trying to stay hydrated. That's a deep concern. I'm not drinking enough. I'm just in the house with my it's my cousin and I. So, there's no reason. No one's turned off the water, thank goodness. I don't know why I'm not drinking water. Wine tastes so much better right now. But I need to hydrate. And then I promised you guys yesterday that I would start working out, and that didn't happen today. I cleaned the floor instead. Anyway, that's the good report. Feel free to leave your good reports either here or on lovecityarts.org. I'm Andre in the Flow. I'm here every night at 8:30 just trying to raise the vibration of light and love and perhaps call a little bit of attention to the ways in which we could go deeper, or the ways in which I'm discovering that I need to go deeper in my love. Things like what we talked about earlier. Like, I'm going to clap for the emergency responders, but I'm also going to like call my lawmaker, my local legislature, like yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Those people in suits that should be giving value for our votes. Anyway, wherever you are tonight, know that you are loved, know that you are valued, know that you are held in the heart and mind of the divine. Call it God, call it source, call it all wisdom. Hey Kathy, I love you. Call it whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it, for the purposes of this exercise, Father, Mother, God. Know right now that you are held in the heart and the mind of Father, Mother, God. You are never forsaken. Even when you feel like you're all alone, you are never forsaken. Maybe you have just come through this live stream just to hear that you are held in the heart and mind of the Almighty Father, Mother, God. God doesn't work for you. That language is not, it makes you feel like you want to run. Love is all around us, as near as our breath. May you feel held in the heart and the mind of love. If you've been feeling heavy today, may you feel lifted. May you just feel a sudden surge of happiness for no reason. Because I want to let you know, you don't need a reason to be grateful, and you don't need a reason to be happy. So may you right now, may I right now, this isn't even about love going out. This is about love coming in as well, guys and gals. Like, may I feel a wave of happiness for no reason just wash over my soul. Happiness for no reason. May I feel lifted from the rooter to the tutor. Because that's the truth of who I am. That's the truth of who I am. Like, I love that I've got friends in my lives right now that have friends in my lives, my mini lives, friends in my life that have fresh new babies on the earth, and those babies don't care about anything beyond doing. I checked in with the girlfriend today I talked to two girlfriends today with new babies. One's a little older than the other, and these kids do not care about all of the things we care about. They just want to suck on the tit. They just want to just like move through life. They want to coo and caw. Like they want to sleep when they want to. They want to wake up when they want to. I mean, what a blessing.
Allow me to introduce myself.
What a blessing. Kathy says, I love you too. I pray daily for everyone for strength to get through this. Yes, we are praying for you as well, Kathy. That is the only reason why we gather here every night, for moments like that. Yep. May the same prayers that you send out, may the love of those prayers and the healing energy of those prayers and the strength of those prayers be multiplied back to you tenfold, Kathy. That's what I'm asking for. May you feel all of the love that you give. All right. I'm done. That's the good report for tonight. It is April 7th. We're in day 25 of being together. I committed to Source, Spirit, Shamalama Ding Dong, whatever makes you happy. I committed to the divine that I would just show up, Little Miss Muffet, on the tuffet of gratitude every night until this thing is over. And so here we are. Some nights we have guests call in. Hey, if you want to be on, you know where my DMs are, or you can text me at 404-585-1278. Come on and talk to me about your COVID experience. I'm not a ball hog in life. I'm not a mic hog. I don't really give a fuck about that shit. I just love community. It feels good to me to actually not walk through this shit alone. So if you want to come on and chat about it, feel free to do that. Everyone knows how to get in touch with me. I'm very get in touchable. And we'll just continue to gather every night. I think we're going to make it up. According to what the government says, I think that we're going to make it up to like day 49 of this thing, which means that I guess we're a little over the halfway point. So they say. I don't know. Anyway, I promised Source that I would be here holding space for gratitude, love, and abundance. Abundance of strength, courage, and wisdom in this time. So anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you all tomorrow night. Just remember, love is the greatest power there ever is. There ever was. Love is just great. Hold it in your heart. Have a good night.